So here there is a question that types of frauds are internal and external, and also financial accounting and fraud, non-financial frauds. Disclosure in case of a board report, that is what is the nature of fraud and what is approximately amount involved and parties of the actions and remedial action that has been taken. Consequences, we know that 1 lakh rupees and 5 lakh rupees, that 25 lakh rupees that may cause, and that could be imposed on the company secretary in practice during secretarial audit report, if any consequences if we isn't able to report such. And there is a section that is 143 subsection 12. So here, procedure for reporting of fraud, we were on to this. So here, reporting of fraud by auditor involving amount more than 1 crore. If amount is have more than 1 crore which involved in this fraud, then report to the BOD and also the audit committee. So auditor shall forward his report to the BOD or the audit committee as the case may be. So within 2 days of his knowledge, means within 2 days when he come to know about the fraud, and seeking their reply of observation within 45 days. So he need to give this report to the if it is not more than 1 crore, if it is amount involved, amount more than 1 crore. So audit committee को उसने दिया and 45 days तक they need to wait, and within 2 days they need to submit, similar like auditor. And step 2 is that report to the central government after replying to the board. So on receipt of such reply, if they have got any reply within 45 days, and observation shall forward is the report and the reply or observation of the board or audit committee along with his comments on such reply observation of the audit committee to the central government within 15 days of receipt of such reply or observation. By 45 days में उनका reply आ गया, then within 15 days you need to submit it to the central government. Central government respective RD, respective ROC, जिसको भी authority delegated है in that case. Also there is a report to the central government. अगर कोई reply नहीं आता है 45 days में, then in case auditor fails to get any reply within 45 days, then he shall forward his report to the central government along with the notice containing the details of his report was earlier forwarded to the board. There is a proof that need to be attached that he has forwarded that report to the audit committee and board, and which he failed to receive any observation and also reply within the stipulated time. So the other points to be kept in mind, the report shall be on the letterhead of the auditor containing, letterhead पे होना चाहिए कि भाई postal address, email address, contract and signing of the auditor. So what is they want to say here is that the audit committee for which he failed to receive any reply within the stipulated time, the report shall be on the letterhead of the auditor containing postal address, email address. So there is to be a letterhead which have postal address, email address and also the contract number, and also his seal is required in such case, and indicating the membership number also, that what is the membership number of that auditor, and also the report may be in the form of a statement as specified in the ADT 4. So ADT 4 we have to remember, ADT 4 could be the form. So reporting of the fraud by auditor involving amount less than 1 crore rupees. So अगर amount less than 1 crore है, then it comes under the rule 13 of the Companies Act, and in case of fraud involving less than 1 crore, then the auditor shall report the matter of fraud to the audit committee or the BOD within 2 days of knowledge of the fraud. So earlier इसके consequences नहीं है, but if it is more than 1 crore, then there is serious implications, and auditor has to keep check that that report has need to be submitted to the central government. But if it is less than 1 crore, then only to the company and audit committee. Now transaction which may be involved the fraud. So what all are the transactions that can have fraud in this case? So the past fraud has been noticed in many cases, scams in the following kind of transactions, like related party transactions, and also the excessive So the excessive managerial remuneration, insider trading, inter-company transactions, also merger, demerger, acquisitions, IPO of frauds. So reporting of fraud by the secretarial auditor already reported by other auditor. So here the Companies Act 2013 has provided that the duties and responsibility of each of the auditor, such as accounting, financial related frauds, statutory auditor has to report in such case, and for non-financial frauds, secretarial auditor in that case, and costing related fraud has to be reported by the cost auditor. So there is a different authority they have delegated their power for. Central government has provisions in reporting of such fraud. Okay, so now we have that reporting of fraud by secretarial auditor already reported by another auditor. Means now we have a fraud versus non-compliance. What do we call as fraud and what do we call as non-compliance? The term fraud can be defined as act or course of deception by intentional concealment, omission or perversion of truth to gain unlawful or unfair advantage, and also induce another to part with some valuable items to surrender or legal right, or to inflict injury in some manner. Also there is a non-compliance. The term non-compliance refers to the failure to comply with the law, rules, regulations. Non-compliance is commonly used in regard to the failure to meet the compliance requirements, compliance information, also the eligibility conditions, reporting. Now the relationship between the fraud and compliance can be constructed as a non-compliance in the company merely to the fraud. However, it may be noted that fraud can also be made in the compliant company. So non-compliance term it to be a fraud, but also fraud can be the part of the compliant company. So there is a speculation that the term speculation is defined in the act of a trading in an asset or conducting a financial transaction that has a significant risk of losing most of all its initial outlay and with the expectation of a substantial gain. So there is a speculation, and there is a suspicion. That like suspicion is a positive tendency to doubt that trustworthiness of appearance, and therefore to believe that one has detected responsibility of something unreliable, unfavorable by the secretarial auditor. The following transactions relating to the company information and management may be considered as the suspicious transactions, which may or may not be with the group companies where the detailed audit is need to be performed, are subsidiaries which may have no apparent purposes. So here the companies which continuously make substantial losses, complex group structures without causes, now the economic group structures for the tax purposes also, and the frequent changes in the shareholders and directors. So here unexplained transfers to significant sums through several bank accounts. So there could be unexplained transfers. Then we need to keep checked on the several bank transfer that has been occur in the company, and also the bank accounts in several currencies without reasons. If there is a bank account in several currencies we have and without any reason, so it need to be checked. Now the process purchase of the companies without which have no obvious commercial purpose. So purchase of companies which have no obvious commercial purpose. Also professional responsibility and penalty for incorrect audit report. For incorrect audit report we has to have a professional responsibility as per section 447 and 448 of the Companies Act. For the CS penal provision of first and second schedule will be imposed as per the CS Act of Company Secretaries Act 1980. So a penalty, professional responsibility and penalty can also occur as per the provision of first and second schedule. Thank you.